Hello, my name is Alexis Mei-Lin Smith, and I am a government agent from the Environmental Protection Agency. I am here to provide my expert opinion on the actions necessary to mitigate potential negative environmental and health impacts as a result of the Rover, Panhandle, and Trunkline projects approval. As you are aware, the $4.2 billion natural gas pipeline project would require 510.7 miles of pipeline installation, as well as installations and modifications to existing pipeline structures. The entire construction and maintenance would run through Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee and Mississippi, which is all depicted in the highlighted route. As a result of the installation, it would deliver up to 3.25 billion cubic feet per day of natural gas to several regions of the U.S. and Canada. This project has several different environmental and health impacts which should be seriously taken into consideration prior to its approval. For example, 32% of the project's route is through forested land. The project's construction would alter forested land through vegetation and tree removal, which could take years to grow back. A short and long-term impact of large quantity tree removal could result in decreased air quality due to the carbon dioxide and pollution absorption benefits of trees. Likewise, Rover would cross 852 water bodies, which could potentially compromise water quality and aquatic life. Similarly, 16 federally classified as threatened or endangered species habitats would be crossed. Various alterations to the environment could result in danger to these species, impacting different ecosystems, which in turn could impact crops and future food supply. An additional important environmental factor to consider is if improperly installed or maintained, natural gas pipeline punctures or leaks could release large amounts of methane into the atmosphere, advancing climate change dramatically. Not only can improperly installed or maintained pipeline have serious repercussions on the environment, but it can have potentially detrimental impacts on human safety. A natural gas line puncture could result in a volatile explosion, harming nearby residents and causing enormous amounts of stress as a result of property damage. Due to the invasive geographical nature of the project, if construction in areas with steep slopes is not conducted properly, it could result in landslides, which poses a serious threat to nearby resident safety and property. Additionally, extended use of heavy construction equipment and exposure to existing pipeline structure could result in increased fossil fuel emissions, which have been shown to negatively impact respiratory health. Despite the fact that the exposure would be temporary, it could exacerbate existing respiratory illnesses of people at or near the worksite, compromising their overall health. Due to the several potential threats to the environment and human health, I recommend that several actions be taken in order to mitigate or avoid these negative effects. In regards to forested lands, wetlands, water bodies, and wildlife habitat disruption, it is highly recommended that the construction route be altered. If the construction route cannot be altered or minimized to avoid these areas, then the following recommendations are made. For forested land, I recommend that compensation through reforestation for the same amount of deforested area by square foot in another locale is observed. In regards to wetlands and water bodies, communication with water suppliers near the construction site should be employed in order to answer any questions about potential contamination. Similarly, specific trenching techniques and observation wells should be utilized to minimize damage and potential contamination. In order to reduce potential negative impacts on various species of wildlife, constant communication with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is recommended, along with finalization of the project's migratory bird conservation and invasive species plan, which entails potential compensation and specific mitigation efforts to preserve wildlife habitats. It is also recommended that tree removal be restricted from October 15th to March 31st in order to avoid negative impact on specialty bird and bat species. As for potential pipeline leaks, additional testing with hydrostatic water is highly recommended to verify the integrity and structural hold of the pipelines. In regards to ensuring the safety of nearby residents of potential landslides due to construction on steep slopes, it is strongly recommended that the project hire a geologist to monitor all construction activity and give insight to safety procedures in hazardous areas. It is also recommended that the project review and follow practices created by the Environmental Protection Agency in order to avoid, minimize, and lessen potential methane leakage. Similarly, safety protocols such as protective gear and masks should be worn by the workers at all times to protect their health and overall well-being. Likewise, diesel particulate filters and oxidation catalysts should be used in conjunction with evading unnecessary idling of construction equipment to minimize exhaust and particulate matter. Due to the gravity of each potential negative impact of the project, completion of each recommendation is absolutely vital in protecting the environment and overall health of the workers and nearby residents. Thank you so much for your time.